Doesn't get much better than this. Afternoon baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs. Should see some great battles out of these two next on the show. Sam Foreman makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
For Cincinnati, left fielder, number 43.
And the first pitch of the afternoon misses for ball one, and that's how things get underway here at Wrigley. EK, one-year-old ball clubs, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they come in not exactly setting the world on fire as they've dropped 5 of their last 8 ball games.
And this will be their last home game for quite a while. They're about to head out on a long road trip, so they'll be wanting to get out of here with at least another victory under their belts.
A moment here to take a look at the Cincinnati Reds starting lineup in this one. Who are you focused on, EK?
Well, guys, everybody should be looking out for that guy in the number 3 spot. His on-base percentage is over 400 the last 10 ball games. He's done an excellent job of finding ways to contribute, getting on base, and setting up the guys behind him for run-scoring opportunities.
One out.
The 0-1 pitch. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. The rain, as we've mentioned, coming down fairly steadily here at game time. EK, how'd you like playing in the rain?
It wasn't that bad. The only problem, sometimes up at the plate, batting gloves would get wet while it was raining. It made it a little difficult to hit.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away.
Let's go.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And there is our officiating crew in this one, calling balls and strikes, Mr. Freddie Ferguson.
Well, Ferg, as he's known amongst baseball people, really does call a good game back there. He might reward a pitcher for a good location every once in a while, but most of his calls, they seem to be spot on.
And a big rip at the curveball, but he didn't get it, and he becomes the second casualty of the inning. And with that, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, their starter has a ton of strikeouts, among the league leaders. That sometimes leads to some complacency out in the field. They're going to have to stay on their toes, be ready, because they will be involved.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
Come on, fellas, let's go.
Fastball called for strike 2.
And even though it's still the first inning, you can already tell he's going to be a force out there on the mound. He's got that glare in his eyes.
Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Reds are down in order, and now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. Devin Mesoraco will stride in now, back in the lineup after being limited to pinch hit duties in yesterday's ball game.
Hey, nobody away.
Chopped at the plate. That rolls foul for strike 1. Sent on the ground, but right into the shift. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Batting fifth, third baseman.
Brian Rivers will stand in now. He homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon.
Well, he's had 7 RBIs in his last 10 games, so he is producing runs, and he had another good one yesterday.
And a high strike there, 0-1.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Batting sixth,
Barry Humber into the box here in the top of the second, looking to keep this inning going. Into the windup and the pitch.
Hey, now we got 2.
And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1.
right, here we go now.
Swing and a liner, but foul. No score here as we play inning number 2. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Nothing doing here this half. On now to the bottom of the second, and we are tied 0-0. Darren James gets a shot now with deuces all around.
Right,
2
one
on,
out,
2 out
one
here in inning number 2.
Here we go now. One at a time.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. And this gets right through him, and that may be a run. The throw home, and they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Helping his own cause right there, and no need to wait for the RBI guys to drive him in. He says, you know what? I can be an RBI guy too. That's a great at-bat right there, and that drives in a run.
Rico Molina will get a second shot at it now. He doubled to start out the home first.
It's great when he gets out there and get things going like he did. Really gets the rest of the team involved.
Line softly toward the hole. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield. And he will beat the tag from Mesoraco, safe at the plate. Javier Baez steps into the box, and we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home in the inning so far.
Well, this could be a huge inning or maybe the end of the inning. This is a pivotal at-bat in one of the turning points of this ball game right here.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Becerra is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. So Ivan Ramirez leads it off here. Bottom third of the order set to go here in the third.
Well, he's faced the minimum so far, and obviously it's still early, but they need to get something going because you can't let this guy settle in out there.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
Now that he's fully loose out there, you can see he's getting a little more zip on that fastball than he had coming out of the gate.
Line towards center field. And a base hit now as that's how the third inning gets underway.
This time of year is actually an important time for these young players. Time to find out what they can do, maybe a dress rehearsal for next year. That's a good at-bat there.
Jack Austin is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1.
Hey, now get us
The set
ball
and the 1-0 pitch. Check swing grounder to the right side. And he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out. The pitcher, Brandon Finnegan, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
On the ground up the middle. Baez fields it cleanly. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
How about it?
Sam Foreman will get a second shot now. He grounded out to start the ball game.
And he only saw a couple pitches, too. And that's great for the pitcher when you can get an easy leadoff out like that.
Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. Strike 2 on the curveball. 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself
threw it right past him. A swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. Reds leave 1. They trail it here 2-0. Jose Becerra is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1.
It looked like he was going to try to go the other way with that thing, but a wise idea there to try to hold up.
Inside, and he falls behind the hitter now 2-0.
2 really close pitches to kick off this at-bat. Normally this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with 2 good takes.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike.
And sometimes you got to cut down a little stride against a guy who's throwing this hard. Either you take that leg kick completely out of the equation, or you get it started just a little bit quicker.
Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Grounded back up the middle. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season.
Well, guys, he's one of the best in the league in that department right now. Every time he takes a hill, this ball club has a great chance to walk away with a W. We'll see if he can wrap up another one for him here in this one.
Hey, one away. One away.
Here's one hit softly down the line in left, and that'll slice just foul at the last moment. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors in the game for Cincinnati thus far. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Well, this is the 2nd time he struck out so far, and this is a type of ball game where, you know, it's wet out, the field's slippery, it's a little muddy. Who knows what can happen if you just put the ball in play?
Devin Mesoraco is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2.
Hey, play it first, play it first.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Belted high in the air out to left. Rasmus ranging back. Gone! A solo shot here to left. Number 26 for him on the season. As the Reds are off the schneid, it's now a 2-1 game. Standing in now, Brian Rivers. And he is frozen on a good curveball that started at his hip at strike 1.
So tough to hang in there on that pitch, but you got to do it. You can't give up on that inside corner, or this guy will bury you.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch.
2 outs, fellas.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. But not before the lone hit in the inning. The solo home run makes this a 1-run ball game. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. The Cubbies are in front 2-1. Darren James stands in following an RBI single his first time through.
And everyone knows he's slumping right now, so we'll see if that got him going.
Hey, come on now, big dog. Get your pitch.
Chopped foul over towards the dugout.
Come on, big guy. Get your pitch, huh?
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
Hey, get your pitch up there.
Here it comes on 0-2. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We played 4 full. Cubs lead it 2-1. Barry Humber heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
No one out now.
Too high that time with the inning's first pitch. Hits ball 1.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Doing a good job right there of tying him up inside. Got in on his hands that time before he could get that barrel through the zone.
In there, and it's even now, 2-2.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
Trying to strike him out for the second time. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called, 1 away. So this has been another fine outing for him this afternoon as we check out the league leaders in ERA.
There you see him, Matt. 3rd in the National League at the moment in that category. And when you're pitching as well as he is, the scoreless innings just seem to stack up. He's got another good outing going here.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Behind on that one. Now behind in the count, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Takes this the other way to right. A dive, but he can't come up with it in right as it skips right past him. Around second now, and they still haven't flagged this one down. He's around third, not done yet. And a relay home. The throw here is not in time. He beats Grandal's tag.
Something you don't see all that often, and it's still one of the most exciting plays in all of the game as far as I'm concerned. I was thinking that he might get held up at third, but he was having none of that. He had that inside the park home run on his mind from the get-go, and sure enough, he winds up getting it all.
Jack Austin comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1.
1 out now.
And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2.
And we've seen guys swing at that 4-seam riding fastball up in the zone. But you're never going to get on top of that thing when it's up that high.
And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ballgame for him.
Well, after you've just given up a home run to tie the ball game, you can't afford to have a letdown out there. Now, he made sure he didn't. He came back with an important strikeout, and he got the next guy.
Brendan Finnegan will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
That's the kind of call you get when you're a 17-game winner.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And he misses with it, 1-1. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors in the game for Cincinnati thus far. Changed things up on him, and he got him to swing through it. 1-2 now.
Well, I just don't think he was expecting that one, and it was the perfect.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. So it's 1 run on 1 base hit, the home run, no errors, and no one left on base. Home half of the 5th coming up. Sam Foreman will stand in to lead things off as the top of this batting order really hasn't been much of a factor so far.
Yeah, and between the top 3 guys in this lineup, no hits between them. And you got to figure you're not going to win too many games when that's the case.
Ain't nobody out now.
0-1 count. Here it comes. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. Bryant is there, and some problems defensively as they allow him to reach first safely.
You know, playing in the rain, it can favor a speed guy like this. You know, on defense, it's tough to get a grip if you've got a bare hand of wet baseball, and plus, your footing's going to be an issue as well. This was a good effort defensively, but in the end, it's a bunt single.
The 0-1 on its way. Awfully close with the slider there, but it's 1-1. A lot of balls down in the zone in the last inning or so.
And I think that's in response to getting bit by those 2 home run balls. He might be a little leery of challenging guys right now, and I don't blame him. Keep it down there.
No outs.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Bowen shading to his right. And that's the first out of the inning.
Eat it. No runner, no runner.
Joey Votto stands in, was locked up on strike 3 in his last trip.
And he was absolutely frozen with a good fastball. So let's see if he's a little more aggressive on that pitch this time.
And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
Well, you know, if there's anybody in this lineup capable of getting a rally started, this is the guy right here.
And he lays off for a ball, 2-1.
A much better approach here at the plate so far. He's not working from behind in the count like he has his first 2 at-bats.
Pitches a cold strike. The throw.
He's safe.
And he can't hold on to the throw as it short hops him and eats him up. So another stolen base there. This definitely is a team that's used their wheels to full advantage all season long as we check out the league leaderboard for stolen bases.
Yeah, and there you see where they rank in that stat category. They definitely got some wheels, and they will run on it all game long.
Devin Mesoraco stands in, coming off a solo homer in his previous trip. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one, 1-0. That man's team has definitely shot itself in the foot with all the strikeouts so far.
1-1.
It seems like it's been a growing trend so far, but man, you've just got to be able to put the ball in play when you've got runners in scoring position.
That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now. Hit in the air to right center field. This ball is carrying well. Back it goes, and it is out of here. So it's a two-run shot to right center, his second of the game, and they cut the gap here. It's now 6-4. Into the box now, Brian Rivers, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. And now the Cubs bullpen will start working here as both a lefty and a righty are up. And he falls behind 0-2. Frozen for strike three, and that retires the side. So it's 2 runs here on 2 hits, with one of them being the home run. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. Darren James indeed will bat for himself here with his guys up by 2 here in inning number 6.
Well, I think this is the right move right here, Matt. He's throwing the ball well, and, you know, maybe he can do something at the plate, too.
Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1.
Hey, one time, right now.
Slapped hard the opposite way, but this is right at him in right field as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first out.
Yeah, you really can't take anything for granted out there when you're playing in the rain. You got to worry about your footing. You got to worry about raindrops getting in your eyes. You got to make sure you're in the right position. But in the end, he is.
Leading off the inning, Barry Humber, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, it's a close one back here in this inning.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1. Seemed to me like the wheels were coming off for this back out there for the 7th.
A little. I mean, this deep into a start, that's usually when you say, we'll let the bullpen take care of it from here. Apparently, though, they think he's got something left.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. 2-1.
Inside.
All even now, 2-2. Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. And he sends one deep down the right field line. Williamson sprinting after it.
Heads up,
One down.
Now batting.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Ivan Ramirez. And he made it exciting early on as he circled the bases with an inside the park home run his first time up. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2. Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the 2nd out.
Up next for Cincinnati.
Jack Austin will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1. Boy, and he's turned things around from that last inning as this pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-2 now.
Boy, he was so far behind that first pitch that he over-adjusted and was so far ahead of this one.
Throw in time, and the side is retired. When we return, we'll see Colby Rasmus start things out. An entertaining game all in all, so if we have to choose one who stood out among all others, why not go with this man right here? He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs, really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a